No, I just finished watching this and I was blown away. This is what I mean. Roblox is becoming a better place. Like, there are developers on this platform that have been funded 6-7 figures and can't manage to make a game that's good, which is mind-boggling. But then there are other developers, a small niche of developers that actually have the creative prowess to create good games, bro. And if games like this keep being made, bro, Roblox will actually evolve. Roblox will actually change. And I'm gonna get straight into this, like no intro, because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. And stuff like this actually heat me up, because we keep getting trash on the platform, bro. We keep getting trash. And people say, oh, it's only Roblox, don't overestimate it, or don't think too much, or don't have high expectations. But then things like this can be creative. Now, what really impresses me, especially about this game, is not necessarily like the combat's crazy or anything like that, but the map. The map is immersive, the map's interactive, the map is explorable, and it has personality. Let's get straight into this so you guys see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna keep the volume low because I'm very sure this music is definitely copyright. I'm very sure. Honestly, the one thing Roblox developers do very easily is like have copyright music, even though there's millions of non-copyright music out there to choose from if you don't want to spend money creating your own soundtracks. But whatever the case may be. Now here you can see bro is mining. He's mining. Again, the volume's going to be low, so apologize if you can't hear sound effects. But he's mining. You can see he's interacting with the map, swinging through the vines, whatever the case may be. There's little monsters around, whatever. That I don't even care about that. You can see the game's momentum or movement system. It's pretty cool as well. But again, that's not the thing that interests me. Look at the map real quick, right? They were in this, whatever, I don't know if it's called the forest or overgrowth, whatever the case may be. And then here, boom, they go into what looks like a mine shaft. So they're inside the mine shaft now, right? As you can see, this is the developer, so he definitely knows where he's going, right? But there are multiple areas and layers to the map that you can see he's just running right past. He's running right past. So this is big and explorable, and it's not big to the point where it looks stupid. It's big to the point where like is explorable and interactive, and not everything, like the size comparisons make sense, right? Because there are a lot of games that I've seen where the buildings and the areas you're in are just completely oversized, like, and it looks stupid. Cool. From the mine shaft, you see some cool unique mob types here. Whatever that explosion was looked pretty cool. Look, he's about to run out of here back into the overgrowth. So he went from like the top of the mine shaft to the bottom, which leads to another part of the forest, completely different part of the forest. And the map has personality. Now, I'm very sure there's probably a lot of different things and mobs to fight, interact with in this area, but look at this. So from this area of the forest, right? Just keep going, buddy. Keep going. Keep running. Okay, he's taking a while. Look, now he's in this, whatever this area is, and look, the water is collapsing in on itself. Dives in, King of the Sea. A whole new area of the map. Whole new area of the map. The map has personality. Traversing and exploring the map makes sense. We haven't had good map traversal since like Deep Woken. Maybe like lower and upper Arisia is probably the best it gets, with like needing to explore a map in Deep Woken. I'm not gonna lie, they kind of started to slack with the map stuff later on to the game's life cycle, and maybe like the depths. But like Rogue Lineage stuff, like you really need to explore the map, bro. Takes you to a whole new area. Whole new area, bro. Completely different scenery, completely different biome. And there's probably a bunch of new things you need to do in this area for progression. Progression isn't just going up to a quest board. Now, I think my biggest problem with especially the games, the modern Roblox anime games in general, these developers are literally just getting handed money and have zero creativity. Zero creativity, bro. Zero creativity. And everyone's just handing them money because the combat systems look decent. Decent. The game's progression is lifeless and substanceless. And it's sad to see. And you look at a game like this, bro, what? You might just say, oh, Ags, this is just one part of the game. You don't even know if the game's consistent like this. But come on, bro. We're so used to games like you see how everyone's begging for Type Soul to come back? What was Type Soul's progression? You went to a quest board and you spammed the same quest in the same area until your max level, bro. And Type Soul was the best we've gotten in Roblox anime for a very long time. Because the other games on Roblox anime is either a Type Soul type game, you go to a quest board, or it's a GPO type game where you're doing the same quest in the same area for 4 or 5 hours, and then you move on to the next area. A giant square of a map. Literally just a giant rectangle, or a giant square, or a giant circle. You spend 5 hours at the giant circle and you move on to the next square. Zero creativity with these Roblox developers. So when you see something like this, it gets your imagination flaring for what this game could possibly be. And if you look at the game's other sneaks, there's some soundtracks, some OSTs, some mobs. Look at how creative the mobs look. Look at how creative the mobs look, bro. Some other sneaks, let's see. This is them inside the little cave place. So obviously you're gonna need to come here to resource hunt. Maybe this is some sort of resource hunting type of game. I don't know. I really have no idea. The mob smacking him into the ground. This is some laggy ass footage. Smacking him into the ground. This is more of the map. What the heck? This looks W. Wait, what? This reminds me of Made in the Abyss. Look at this. This is like the circle, and then this is like the place you go before you go down, bro. Am I tripping? I might be tripping. Cool. Some more sneaks. Funny little mob. I don't know. That looks kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. Whatever this is. Game's already cooking, bro. I think that's what we just saw. Some more maps with some chests. So treasure or something like that. Oh, the chest from Farron. So like some of these chests might actually be a trap chest or a mob. Bro, what? No, like we're finally getting, and this is the type of stuff I'd love to see in like a SAO game, or maybe Revolveragz or Revolveragz, where the map is really like you'll be in one area, you fall into some sort of cave, and it takes you to a completely different area, and you're like, what the heck? Am I trapped here? You don't know how to get back to where you were. Like like some trap door. You know how in SAO there was like trap dungeons or trap doors that, or trap chests that take you to a completely different area, like Elden Ring or something. I don't know what that is. Showcasing the game's movement. Something like a double dungeon, you know? That's probably the best way I could put it. More movement. Again, I'm not like, the movement is cool, but I'm not that like crazy over the movement. I don't really care too much. You got some more interesting looking monsters. Like, the game's gonna have a lot to it. Oh, come on. You see what I mean? Look at this. What is that? Does he interact with it? So you got some parkour through the city. No, this gives me Made in the Abyss vibes. Look at what? You got like a little companion following you. This game might be inspired by Made in the Abyss. So the city is like the hub, and then when you go into the dungeons or the chasms, little what? This might be a Made in the Abyss inspired game, bro. Look at the way. Start expedition. So it's an expedition. This might be a Made in the Abyss joint, bro. No, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. These guys are cooking. And look at the scaling of the building. I've noticed so much in a lot of these games is the scaling is always bad. I'm not gonna show any examples because I'm not trying to throw games under the bus. But the scaling is always so terrible in a lot of these games. But look at it. The scaling looks just right for these buildings. This isn't even glazed. This is just based off of what I'm seeing. I'm actually kind of really interested to see how this game works now. Now, this is like 1,000,000% a Made in the Abyss game. Start expedition. You go inside of this. It closes the gates and then it takes you down with the chains. And then the chasms you explore all underneath. They're like layers. Floor 1, floor 2, layer 2. And it's called the elevator? This? No. No. This might be a Made in the Abyss inspired game, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping. Like, the game looks good, bro. It's not that the game just looks good. There's so much potential here, and you can see the developers are actually like creative. They're actually creative, bro. And that's something that's lacking in Roblox games. The creative elements from these games. Like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of these developers are getting funded 5, 6, 7 figures and will get a quest board simulator game. Literally just sucking up money from us. But then you have games like this. I don't know any of the developers on this team, so I don't know if they're rich or not. But the point is, developers are doing more with less, bro. Look at the map on this joint, bro. Is this a new sneak? I don't know what that is. Like, what? I'm shocked, bro. Honestly. And this is the level of exploration I'm expecting to see from Revolveragz, Revolveragz, and things of that nature. Now we can slap chasms up there. Now we can slap this up there. For the past couple of years, we've just been dealing with games, even new games coming out, and it's just quest board simulated. So I'm excited to see if this lives up to potential, or the developers are just really good at putting out good sneaks. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Links to the game will be in the description, and let me know what you think of this. Like, genuinely, I know a lot of you guys are. And the people that call games like this bad are the people playing Ghoul Reed. I'm tired of y'all, bruh. Golly.